Gobble, 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 it's turkey time. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If this space is new to you, hi, hello, how are you? My name is Reyler, that stands for Rachel, Eyler, and I'm on a journey to figure out my life both personally, professionally, and financially. So thanks so much for clicking on a video. I'm actually really excited about this one because it is my favorite holiday, food-wise, of the entire year, and that is Thanksgiving. But I have to be honest with you guys, this is now my second year doing Thanksgiving by myself, and whew, did I learn a lot from last year. So let's talk about Thanksgiving on a budget, a bougie budget, a budgeting queen, if you shall. Because honestly, I'm not here to drop $100 on a Thanksgiving meal for 6 to 12 people. And you don't have to either. And I think that's the thing that people don't understand, is that you can stay in budget when you are doing Thanksgiving, whether you are hosting, whether you're attending elsewhere, whether you're ordering a Thanksgiving meal. Now, let's be honest, inflation, it has hit hard. Trust me, I work in the news industry. I hear about this every single day. A couple days ago, there was a news story about how ordering a Thanksgiving meal out is actually looking to be cheaper than making it yourself. But I say, no. I say, you don't have to eat processed food. I say, no. You don't have to order a $50 Thanksgiving meal because you can do it yourself right at home on a budget. So let's talk about that. Last year, I made Thanksgiving dinner from scratch, and it did cost me quite a bit more than I originally planned on because I messed up a lot. I overthought things. I did things that I didn't probably have to do, and I was kind of really nervous about it. I, at the time, had just moved to mid-Michigan. I was living alone. I, was trying to impress these new coworkers of mine. I was trying to impress a boyfriend at the time who, we were still in that impressing phase, and I wanted to be like wife material. It was a lot, and it was very stressful, and it doesn't have to be. And I learned it didn't have to be if I just took a step back and reevaluated what I actually wanted and what I wanted that day to look like. And at the end of the day, it's all about just having fun and enjoying some good food, right? So how am I doing my Thanksgiving this year? Well, let's actually talk a little bit about that, because I am staying in a budget of $50 from start to finish, $50. This year, my plans are changing just a little bit. I'm not having a Friendsgiving this year, but I did already plan for it. And I am still going to be cooking a Thanksgiving meal for me and my roommate. And we're just deciding, let's enjoy the day. He can't go home to his family. I have to work Thanksgiving morning and Black Friday morning. So we decided, let's enjoy the day together. Let's still cook a Thanksgiving meal. But I want to preference with everything I'm going to be talking about with a budget is still budgeting for if you're having 6 to 12 people over or something like that. And it starts with reviewing your menu. Review your menu. Review your menu. Review it. Take your menu and scan it over, because you're gonna catch things. When I planned this Thanksgiving meal last year and how I'm doing it this year, I went overboard. And what's so funny is I think back to growing up when my family would host barbecues and get-togethers and things like that. The question that my family always had, my mother and my dad would always be like, do we have enough food? The answer is yes, you always have enough food. I promise you that. You always have enough food. Because think back. Was there ever a time where you actually did run out of food when you were hosting a meal and you went over in budget? The answer is probably not. Other big thing is when you look at your menu, what are the necessities? Is it a turkey? Is it a substitute for a turkey? Is it a ham? Is it mashed potatoes? Is it mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes? Is it corn and green bean casserole? Is it bread? Is it, stuffing? Is it 3 types of potatoes? Like, so on and so forth. Like, what are the necessities to your menu? For me, my necessities are a Thanksgiving turkey, obviously a must. Even serving a big gathering, you don't need a huge turkey. You don't need to be spending $50 to $70 on a turkey. I think the most that I'm considering spending when having a Friendsgiving is $20 to $30 maybe, so about half of my budget. So turkey is obviously a number one must. It is the centerpiece of your table, of course. The other thing I know for my Thanksgiving, at least, I can't live without is stuffing and is mashed potatoes. So to get a real sense though of things that I could leave off my menu, I actually went to Google and I pulled up the top American dishes for Thanksgiving. And I was seeing recipes like 23 Thanksgiving menu ideas, 50 delicious Thanksgiving dinner ideas, 40 best things at your to add to your dinner menu, 31 best Thanksgiving things that you need to have on your menu this year. And the list goes on and on. And I don't know about you guys, but when I see that I have to make more than maybe 5 things top, I kind of get a little overwhelmed, wouldn't you? There are so many things that I see on this list that honestly I can definitely do without. Maybe I don't need 3 different potatoes. Maybe I don't need mac and cheese this year. Or maybe I do 1 potato and mac and cheese, and maybe I don't need 10,000 vegetables like corn or green bean casserole. What can you do without? What can you do without? Let's be honest. Do you really need the cranberry sauce? That's the other thing. Do you need biscuits? Do you need cornbread and biscuits? Last year I made biscuits and honestly, no one ate them. The year before that, the last time I was home for Thanksgiving, my mom bought biscuits and we forgot to make them. No one noticed. Think back to your previous menus and think of what you had left over, what no one really ate, what you sent home, and things that you just really didn't enjoy at your meal. Not every Thanksgiving has to look the same, and not every Thanksgiving dinner has to be cookie cutter. Tip number 2, can you substitute anything? I'll be the first to say it. I think turkey can sometimes be overrated. I think I sometimes am like, you know what? A spiral ham, so much better than turkey. Less work than a turkey too. If you want to stick with turkey, you don't actually get a big bird. You get a smaller one, or you get a turkey tenderloin. There are delicious substitutes that you don't need to deep fry. You don't need to have your oven on for 4 hours, and they're done quicker. They're just as good. Things like that. Simple but easy, especially if you're not having more than 4 to 6 people to your house. Now, if you're having 12, yeah, maybe consider getting the turkey, but you don't need a turkey and a ham. Tip number 3, use things already in your pantry. What seasonings do you have? What vegetables have maybe been sitting in the back of your freezer that you can, use? Is it that frozen broccoli? Is it that Brussels sprouts? Is there something that you can church up that's already in your pantry? Maybe you have bread that's starting to go stale, That's how you can actually easily make your stuffing. Take some time before you go to the grocery store and make a list of the spices that you already have. Make a list of things that you already have in your freezer or don't need to buy again. Because the one problem that I run into every single year, I promise you I will buy seasonings for a second time. And I will end up having like 3 seasonings that I only use once or twice a year in my pantry. I bet you I have like 3 things of rosemary, thyme, fennel, all that stuff sitting in my pantry right now. And I bet you that if I don't take the time to look through it before I go to the grocery store, I will pick it up again. The other big thing is if you are having a large group of people over, ask them to bring something. There's no shame in that. And if they're a good guest, they're actually going to ask what they can bring. So maybe they can take care of the side dishes and you can just focus on the turkey. Or maybe they can focus on the dessert or the wine or the drinks or so on and so forth. Make a list of some of the things that you want. And not only that, but sometimes people have their own special Thanksgiving recipes that they love to make and they love to incorporate. Last year, I focused on the turkey, the stuffing, and the mashed potatoes. I probably still could have given one of those things up, but I didn't. And let other people focus on, bringing the mac and cheese, bringing the sweet potato casserole, bringing the charcuterie board or the appetizers. Which leads to the next thing. You don't need as many appetizers as you think you will. Think about your timeline of when you want people to come over, when you want them to have hors d'oeuvres or apps, and then when you actually want to sit down for dinner. I will say this, make sure too that you are enjoying your time with your friends and family and not just in the kitchen. I know that is a horrible habit of mine. I was cooking way too much last year and I didn't really get to enjoy sitting down with my friends and catching up with them and talking until like dinner was actually served. And not that I feel like I missed out, but I definitely feel like I could have, been more present, I think. My last tip for your menu is plan an easy recipe. You are not Gordon Ramsay. Say it with me, everybody. You are not Gordon Ramsay. You are not a Michelin star chef, whatever it's called. You do not need to be on the chopping block. You are not an idiot sandwich.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich what?
An idiot sandwich, Chef Ramsay.
Keep your Thanksgiving recipes easy and simple. This is the story time. Let's go back again to 2021. It is the night before my friends are coming over for Friendsgiving. I had already planned out the recipe. I had gotten all the things, and I said to myself, now remember also too, I have never made a Thanksgiving dinner before, so maybe I was a little naive. I was told that you need to brine your turkey, and I'm like, what the actual F is a brine? And I was told you need to get a bucket and fill it with all these things and water and seasonings and lemons and things like that, and then you stick your turkey in it and you put it in the fridge. I live in a small 2-bedroom apartment with a very tiny fridge. There's barely any room for the turkey in the freezer, let alone a Home Depot bucket sitting in my fridge for 24 to 48 hours. Just not happening. But I said to myself, you know what? Let's give it a shot. Try a brining bag. I so wish I had the footage of this. After an hour and a half of making this brine, of putting it on the stove, of letting all the seasonings fester and get flavorful and all that stuff, I put the turkey in the brining bag. I put the brine in the brining bag. And I went to go lift the turkey and just sploosh. Brine everywhere. Peppercorns everywhere. Seasoning everywhere. It was not a fun experience, to say the least. And I think that was step 1 of my mental breakdown that night. Because I had just spent, I think, like an hour to 2 hours on this brine, and it just got all wasted. Not only did I spend the time, but I spent the money on that brine. So the point of that story, you don't need to be Gordon Ramsay, because trust me, I made a delicious turkey still. So many people raved about it. So many people said that it was better than the turkey that their family made. Guys, oh my gosh, like that's saying so much. You don't need to, again, be Gordon Ramsay or Top Chef here.
Idiot sandwich what?
Okay, so let's move on to the actual, we planned a menu. Let's head over to the grocery store. Also, before we take a look at these different grocery sites that we can shop at, I do want to say this is the recipe that I will be using right here. How I found this, actually, I won't lie, I did not come up with this myself. Again, I'm not Gordon Ramsay. But what I did was last year, when I was still trying to figure out how to even host a Thanksgiving dinner, a lot of grocery sites have really amazing, easy, simple Thanksgiving recipes, Thanksgiving turkey recipes. So this was the one that I used right here. It's from Kroger. And honestly, it was so good. And I don't know if it's just because I added 10 times the butter that I was supposed to be using or what. Okay, so I have already gone through and picked out my grocery list. Already talked about what side dishes I'm making. So we are gonna head into the grocery store right now. The 2 stores I am shopping at is Meijer and Walmart. I already went online and put everything into my cart to get an estimate of what things would cost. So I made sure that I wouldn't go over in that $50 budget. So today, obviously, we are getting the turkey. The other sides that I'm making is my dad's stuffing recipe, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, and pie. Meijer is super busy today. Of course, it's a Saturday, but I was like, I'm not gonna come in the morning because that's typically when it's busy, but it's like 2 o'clock right now and it is packed here. It was really hard to find a spot. So we're gonna go try our best. I'm gonna go see what deals that I can get at Meijer, and then we're gonna go head over to Walmart and see what other stuff that we can get. And yeah, I'll take you guys along with me. Okay, so I am starting in the produce section, and you wanna be smart about whether you are going to get more than you need or just get what you need. So for me right now, I am trying to decide between getting that 5-pound bag of russet potatoes or just picking up the 4 1-pound potatoes that I need. But at my grocery store right now, the potatoes for the 5-pound bag are $3.49, but for 1 pound, it's 99 cents. So I'm kind of getting more for my money, and I know that I'm going to be using potatoes in the future because I love making homemade french fries. So I think I'm gonna get the 5-pound bag this time. That's 5 pounds. And I want to tell you guys, the same thing goes for when you get your onions. So they have single individual onions for $1.29, and that's $1.29 per pound. So if I was to get this one large onion, I would pay $1.29 when I can get a lot of smaller onions like these ones. This is 2 pounds, and this is just a little over $2. So again, reap the benefits of having more, and I can always use them in other recipes later. Also is a must for Thanksgiving, of course, is gravy, but you can actually make your own gravy if you wanted to and save those $2, because if you think about it, you're already going to have all of the things that you already need to make it right from your turkey. So we're gonna make our own gravy this year, especially because if I had a larger crowd, I think I would maybe pick up one, but I think you can make your own, and I think it'll taste better too than just like the Heinz gravy sauce. They're out of the one I need. I need that one. They don't have the tiny one or the big one. So here's another reminder. Don't wait to do your Thanksgiving Day shopping. And I'm doing mine 2 weeks out. Do they have it in McCormick? They don't have it in McCormick either, which means I'm probably gonna have to do it fresh sage, which isn't a big deal. I don't use sage often, so maybe we'll just try Walmart, and then if Walmart doesn't have it, we'll get fresh sage. I am still trying to find an advent calendar, and they do have the wine ones. They're on sale for $65. I'm trying to decide still, do I want a wine advent calendar or do I want a coffee advent calendar? I feel like, I will say, I feel weird drinking after my shift because I get out of work at like 7:30 in the morning. So I would feel weird, I feel like, just drinking, and then I try not to drink before I go to work, obviously. So I don't know, I think I might just order a coffee advent calendar this year. I don't know, what do you guys think? Leave a comment below. I still have like maybe 1 week before I absolutely need to go order one. So leave a comment, let me know what you want me to drink for 24 days. Okay, all right, so the smallest bird I was able to find was just under 12 pounds, I think. I think it's under 12 pounds. It's just under 13 pounds, so it's just under $7 now. So yeah, I think that's the best that we're gonna find. I tried to find a smaller turkey because it is just me and Jacob, but I don't think I'm gonna have any luck. But you know what, $7, not bad for a turkey. Also, I did end up looking at different alternatives just to see what Meijer had. And you know, I looked online as well. They have Cornish hens. They have those, just the turkey breasts, you know, and you could opt for those options. However, I think because of the way that inflation is working right now, those are going to be more expensive for you. You know, you have to prioritize and look at price per pound and go from there. If you don't want to do a big turkey this year and you're willing to pay more for something smaller because you don't want to deal with leftovers, you don't want to just be eating turkey for weeks, cool. Also too, maybe you're not a huge fan of turkey and you want to do chicken instead. That's perfectly fine as well. You have to do what is best for your grocery budget and for your taste, of course, because again, Thanksgiving, I'm all about the food. So we're gonna go hard. The next thing I needed was pork sausage, and they had a limited type. So I ended up choosing the hot. Typically my dad just uses like Italian pork sausage. We use breakfast sausage before, like Jimmy Dean's or whatever, but Jimmy Dean's or Bob Evans are like almost $5 a piece for a pound. So this was $2.99, and if it wasn't just me and Jacob, if there was more people, I probably would opt on going somewhere else, just find normal pork sausage, or if I can't find it, then I would pay the bigger price. But because Jacob and I do both like some spicy things, and I think because I'm adding the apples in it, I might throw in a second apple to kind of cut the spice a little bit with the sweetness. So I think this should work, and it's only $3 a pound compared to the $5 for a pound. So we're gonna make it work. Look at the alcohol aisle, fully stocked. So much alcohol to choose from. Blue Moon is of course my favorite. Here's a tip: go to Aldi for your alcohol. I bet you're gonna find way better deals than Walmart, Kroger, Meijer combined. My favorite wine at Aldi is like $4, and it is a beautiful white wine. It is so good. I can drink a whole bottle. I have drank a whole bottle before. So don't go overboard with the alcohol. Have other people bring alcohol. Make good choices too. Okay, success at Meijer. Success at Meijer. We love a good... My key got caught in the door. Haha, I'm smooth. Success at Meijer. We just need to go to the other side of town right now and go to Walmart. So my Aldi is actually right next to my Walmart, and I just want to take a gander because it's really hard to actually find prices online for Aldi, I think. I'm going to go run inside and take a gander at some of the things that I still need and see if they might have them for cheaper than Walmart will, since they're right next to each other. So let's go take a gander real quick. So I was gonna get Pepperidge Farms stuffing mix, but Aldi has Chef's Cupboard, which is the exact same thing compared to Stovetop. They do have the Stovetop one, but the Stovetop is $2.28. So I think we're gonna go with Chef Cupboards because same package, it's the exact same ounce and everything like that. But again, 75 cents. I'll take that. That's a pretty good deal. Aldi also has their butter on sale from $3.98 to $2.49. So we're gonna pick up 2 of those because I need 4 sticks anyway, and it's like $8 at Walmart. It was $9 at Meijer. So again, half the price at Aldi. Okay, so I'm at Walmart now too, and the reason why I like Walmart typically is because Walmart brand is cheaper. Don't feel like you have to go name brand on everything, right? So for example, I'm literally looking at mayo right now because I just need a small thing of mayo. It's only a cup for my rub. So Kraft small mayos are $3.48. You have Hellmann's that is $3.98, and then you have good old Walmart. And this is the light. This is the same as the light one. It's the same in the regular one. For their 15-ounce mayo, it's only $2.36. So I'm saving over $1 on mayo. Good stuff. Note I wanted to make about dessert that I almost forgot to say is that sometimes baking your own dessert isn't cheaper. You know, when I was looking at pie filling and what I would need for the pie filling mix, it was just still, I think, $2 or $3 more expensive than just buying a frozen pie or going to the Walmart bakery section and picking up a pie for $4. So also weigh that cost, and it's a time saver as well if you are baking and making everything for Thanksgiving dinner. Another suggestion, take a look at the sales rack at your bakery. Sometimes they have those pumpkin rolls or cookies or pies even on sale because they're starting to reach their freshness date. That might be something to look at closer to Thanksgiving, or if you do go ahead and purchase one, you can always stick it in the freezer and take it out the night before. All right, let's pause real quick and talk about a few other tips that I have going into this Thanksgiving holiday. Now, obviously, again, I have been looking at this as if I am serving 6 to 12 people. That won't be the case, obviously, this year. It's just me and Jacob. And one of the things that we do think ahead about, and we had this conversation about talking if we wanted to get a turkey or not this year, was what are we going to be doing with leftovers? Because obviously we cannot eat a 12-pound turkey. We can probably not even eat a 6-pound turkey. But what can we be doing so nothing is wasted? And this is where I want you to also look at other recipes that you can make. Fresh turkey chili, turkey casserole, different soups with turkey and things like that, turkey sandwiches, just some other fast tips that you can consider. Pre-buy everything, look for sale items, look for clearance items. Sometimes things are on clearance for no reason, except maybe a box is damaged or crinkled a little bit. Sometimes too, stores even have you spending a certain amount of money and you get a free turkey with your purchase. So check out the deals at your local grocery store. The other thing that I do want to say is look at how much it would cost for you to do something outside of the oven. Running your oven for 4 hours can really hit your electricity bill. Consider maybe deep frying a turkey or smoking a turkey. That's gonna wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. I hope this helps you plan your Thanksgiving a little better. I know I'm really looking forward to Thanksgiving this year because I'm not going to be spending $100 to $150 on food, and I won't be wasteful. I'm being very thoughtful with my budgeting and, my recipe making, planning, all those words ahead of the day. Make sure you are following me on Instagram and social media, as well as you are subscribed to my channel so you know whenever I post. Until next time, see you guys then.